Hey ladies and gents, welcome back. This is going to be part 1 to What If Naruto Had Returned by Death. So a little bit of a disclaimer at the beginning as of to why I haven't been uploading for the past 2 months is just because I've been really busy. I graduated about a year ago from high school. I'm almost 19 now, and I've been trying to get out of the house. So I'm trying to get a better job. So that's pretty much what I've been doing now that I have those things. I have a little bit of a better job, I'm getting paid more, and my hours are more normal. I'm not working shift work and trying to pick up more hours and stuff like that so I can keep going with more money. So now that my life in that way has been situated, I can start taking time out to record and do stuff like that again. So I'll be uploading probably 3-4 days a week from now on. So, just that out of the way, there's no goal for this video, and with that being said, let's just jump right into it. So, in the original, ReZero, Subaru is pretty much just kind of teleported into that universe. And that's exactly what is going to happen here too. So, we're gonna say Naruto is 16 years old when this actually happened. Shortly after the Pain arc, but before the, Fourth Great Shinobi World War actually happens. So Naruto is probably in the middle point of, he's probably on the boat going to befriend Kurama, but he hasn't done it already, kind of a thing. So Naruto's kind of chilling with that. He's on a boat, and all of a sudden he just gets kind of sucked into the ReZero world, because apparently that's just how the Witch of Envy's power works. That's just isekai for you. They can do it. They can do whatever the hell they want. So Naruto gets pretty much just teleported into this world, and he has absolutely no idea what's happening. Like I said, Naruto is 16, so he had stuff like Sage Mode, and he's had quite a few experiences in the world. He was already pretty much the hero of the village for defeating Pain. So Naruto isn't young, and he's not dumb, but this would obviously confuse pretty much anybody. So Naruto would just try going about it, not freaking out. This could just be a genjutsu. Naruto holds his hands up and tries to break it, but nothing happens. So Naruto eventually decides he's just, gonna have to wander around and try to figure out a way out of this, or what even it is that happened to him if he is not in a genjutsu. So Naruto begins going about this, walking through the streets, and quickly finds out that his money does not work here. But shortly after, Naruto notices something quite interesting to him. It's this very beautiful girl with this just absolutely amazing light blue hair. Naruto just is just completely aghast at this. He's just staring. Because, okay, obviously, if you want the story to work, you kind of need Naruto to have at least some attraction towards the person that's the main love interest in the entire show. So we'll have Naruto do it too, and just see how his effects or his powers and mindset differs from what the original story would be, but still keep the beginning at least similar, just so we can have a similar story. Otherwise, you kind of have no way of predicting what would happen, because a small change can change a lot. So I could make up my own arcs, and I probably will do that, but I'm not going to be doing that for the first part. Maybe in the second or third I will do that though. Leave comments below, like the video, leave ideas, do whatever you want to do. So Naruto here, in this moment of pretty much infatuation with this girl, would actually approach her and begin talking to her. And this is where Naruto finds out that the girl's name is Satella. Because, obviously that's not the case, but that's what she says for some reason. I don't really know why, but Naruto doesn't really react to this. He doesn't really care. He doesn't know, any of the names of, people in the past. He doesn't really, he doesn't know anything. So Naruto's just alright, whatever, and he begins, walking around with her, and, they're having their day go by pretty normally. And one thing I'd like to point out, at least at this point, Naruto is not, the most overpowered as he's ever been. Naruto is pretty strong, really strong in the sense of his physical strength, but because of the fact that the systems pretty much work completely differently, Naruto wouldn't really have access to all of his Rasengan, Rasen Shuriken. I might, okay, not might. He's gonna be able to do it later, but at least at the moment, he's not gonna have proper control over his chakra. And in case, you know, for those who are wondering, yes, Naruto does have Kurama here. So, you know, the normal, like, story would pretty much go by. They, like, walk through the town, they're doing their things, until eventually they end up, you know, like, getting everything, like, the pendant, I think it was, stolen from them, and they end up trying to get it back. So they go, and they're, you know, trying to find it, gaining information, and eventually, with them looking for the insignia, they do end up at, like, the loot house where Felt and... I can't remember. Rom? Yeah, Rom. Felt and Rom are, and they're trying to, like, negotiate to, like, actually get it back. But just like in the original, Elsa, the person who killed, like, Subaru and them, actually does come in and is pretty much, like, you know, doing the exact opposite, saying, well, actually, I'm the one who wants it. Naruto doesn't have anything like a cell phone or anything like that to offer, obviously. Like, he might have some, like, kunai and stuff like that, but other than that, he doesn't have anything, really. So it quickly breaks, like, he quickly realizes that this is going to break into a fight once Elsa, like, you know, starts, you know, doing that. Naruto, you know, actually being able to sense Puck, and Naruto, you know, sensing him, actually warns Puck to guard, and, you know, he does, because he's cool like that. He's a cool cat. And at this point, Naruto still doesn't know Satella's actual name, so I'm not, like, going to be referring to her as, you know, that yet. But that's okay. So, as I stated earlier, Naruto is not quite able to use his chakra at this point. He does have immense physical strength, on the other hand, though, so when Elsa does try to attack him, just to, like, get rid of another one, she goes for her, like, you know, signature stomach slash, but Naruto actually completely blocks it, like, completely, and it's not gonna open up at all. So Naruto does this, blocks it, and he just punches her into, like, you know, across the wall, sending her through it, and then begins trying to walk towards her. Now, everybody's looking at this and was like, damn, isn't that, like, one of, like, she was pretty strong. Like, people kind of know who Elsa was. Like, she wasn't, like, that overpowered, but she was still pretty strong. Like, she could kill a lot of people, like, if she really tried to. So, you know, that's something. So Naruto, you know, after sending her through the wall, begins following up, charging after her, trying to just, you know, finish this off. But as he arrives over there, she's already standing up and pretty much uninjured from that punch. And, you know, Naruto's like, oh, huh. Well, isn't that just interesting? Naruto then tries calling upon some of the Nine-Tails chakra, because, you know, he could do that. But he can't, because, like I was saying, Naruto can't effectively wield his chakra yet, so that's not really going to be happening. This is going to be just a pretty much fist fight, with Naruto either going to get his bowels removed by the Bowel Hunter, or Naruto defeats her. And I'm going to say it's the latter, because Naruto is actually, like, really strong, like, just in general, even in base, when you compare him, even in, like, his younger forms, like, not even his Hokage days, to, like, other verses. Even without chakra, like, just think about, like, how strong, like, he still has it, so he's not gonna, like, die without it, but he can't actually effectively use it. So, Naruto does end up managing to defeat her, and he then pretty much, like, fairly shortly after they leave, and Naruto doesn't have his, like, stomach slashed out, so he's not gonna, like, go unconscious and wake up in their mansion. No, he just kind of, like, goes with her, because Naruto, like, thinks he's, like, in love with her. So, Naruto, you know, then proceeds to follow, you know, the supposed Satella, and they go back to Roswald's mansion. So, you know, Naruto doesn't have his, like, waking up, like, over and over and over again thing, because Naruto hasn't even died yet, so that isn't going to happen. So Naruto would go about, like, his first few days pretty similar to what Rimuru did. He just kind of, like, you know, does stuff. Tries to ask, you know, Satella out on dates, and occasionally helps out around, like, you know, doing stuff. He meets, why can't I remember her name right now? I literally, like, discussed this with somebody earlier, and now I can't remember the librarian's name. How did this happen? Beatrice, that's the one. That's the one. He does eventually find her after, like, opening a few doors, like, trying to go to the bathroom or something. After a few days, he would find her, and that night, you know, he goes to bed, but when he wakes up, something interesting happened. Naruto wakes up, you know, pretty normally. He feels pretty normal, and he then realizes something. When he wakes up, he's on the second day that he actually, like, arrived at the mansion. He realizes this after, like, a little bit, like, after people don't really, like, know that many things about him, because he arrived the day before that and pretty much just went to bed. So nobody really knows Naruto at this point yet. So when he wakes up, Rem and Ram are pretty much just, like, standing over there doing their little maidly duties, and Naruto's like, oh, hey, and they're like, are we friendly? Sorry, we never really spoke before. Naruto's a little bit confused, but he just kind of, like, goes with it. Like, oh yeah, haha, funny. So anyway, Naruto's day would pretty much go by, and obviously, like, Naruto's not dumb. He notices within, like, minutes of waking up that something off is here. This has to be some kind of genjutsu, because his day literally reset. Naruto, getting very suspicious of this, begins questioning people around him and doing very weird things. And this is when, that night, Naruto is, like, eating, you know, doing his normal things, and he feels a massive unease before a massive headache, and he falls down to the ground vomiting. He looks up, and he sees Rem standing there. Wondering why she would even be doing this, she just simply mutters the fact that you have the witch's scent, before killing Naruto once again, and he wakes up and is once again facing Rem and Ram. However, that is where I'm going to be leaving this part off. Like and subscribe if you want to see a part 2, but, you know, like I said, there's no like goal or anything like that, and I'll see you guys in the next part. Peace out. Bye.